So last week, I'm down in Dallas, Texas for VidSummit. It's a conference for YouTubers, vloggers, TikTokers, anyone that creates video. This is what I wore on day 2. Overall, I thought it was simple, clean, muted, but well put together. Basically, my uniform for representing my brand as I go out there and network, meet new people, and get some business done. Well, gents, I kid you not, that outfit right there garnered me over a dozen compliments from different people, both men and women who did not know me. Now, the first item I want to bring attention to are the double monk straps. Now, the color I chose was oxblood. I chose that color because it's incredibly versatile. Whether you like black shoes or brown shoes, it's going to be able to rotate through your wardrobe. And despite being popular online for the last 10 years, in person, they're still rarely worn. So with the buckle, the clean design, and with a great shine, they really stand out. But getting even more compliments than my shoes was my jacket. As you can see here, it's a green linen. It's an uncommon color in an uncommon fabric. Although for me, it's a go-to fabric and color. First up, linen. It's breathable. We're down in Texas. It's hot. So I appreciate a jacket that functions to keep me relatively cool. As many of you guys know, because I've said in other videos, I color block my jackets, my shirts, and my trousers. This makes it really easy for me to create an interchangeable wardrobe and mix and match all my items. But the color and the material was only part of the equation to get in the compliments. No, that jacket fits me well. I've said it before and I'll say it again. Fit is king. No matter what you're wearing, gents, if it fits your body, it's going to better complement your body. And if your clothing better complements your body, it's going to make you look better. It's going to improve your overall silhouette. Now, the final part of this outfit only got one compliment, but I thought it was the glue that brought the whole outfit together. Can you spot it? Do you see it? Well, here it is, gents, a silk pocket square. Now, if you're just getting started, the easiest pocket square to wear with any jacket is going to be a white linen that's just peeking right out of the breast pocket with a very classic, simple presidential fold. Now, the pocket square I was using at the conference was a little bit more complicated. In fact, it was that pop of color with the mimicry of the blue that really grabbed attention, got people to notice the outfit, and I think really helped with getting so many compliments that day. Now, at this point, you may be thinking, Antonio, of course it's easy to get compliments whenever you dress up, whenever you wear a suit. And yeah, straight up, I agree. When you look good, you're more likely to get compliments. However, there are many casual items that you can wear that can have you looking good, can garner attention, have you standing out from the crowd. In fact, a few days before the conference, I had my friend Laura over at Laura Farms reach out to me and say, Antonio, it's the first time I'm going to be at VidSummit. How should I dress? And my answer was easy. Laura, you need to live your brand. If you haven't seen her channel, it's awesome. She's a Nebraska farmer documenting her journey and having fun doing it. If you were to meet Laura in person, would you expect her to be all dressed up? No, I told her straight up, you need to be wearing jeans. Pair that with a t-shirt, maybe in Nebraska red or with your company's logo on it, and finish it off with a pair of boots. And sure enough, that's what she did. Now, speaking of boots, today's video is sponsored by my friends over at Tecovas. Gents, if you're looking for a quality pair of boots with authentic craftsmanship, made with rich materials that will last generations, and timeless styling that always looks good, well, gents, you'll find all that and more over at Tecovas. Now, gents, I grew up in Midland, Texas. I've tried a lot of boots on over the years, and I have to say, when it comes to comfort, Tecovas knows what they're doing. The first time I pulled a pair on, I was amazed at just how comfortable they were right out the box. Now, the boots I have right here are known as the Cartwright. This is one of their best sellers. It's made from a Scotch goat leather, and it's in their cowboy boot style. And if you're not familiar with goat leather, one of the reasons it is loved by people that wear boots is how comfortable it makes the footwear whenever you put the boot on. Now, if you're looking for a slightly different style, maybe a little bit lower of the heel, something that's more of a work boot, something that's more of a walking boot, check out their ropers. And if you're just getting into Western boots, you're like, you know, Antonio, I like the style, just the shaft is way too much. Check out the Dean. It's a zip boot that fully covers the ankle, doesn't go too high on the calves, and fits really well under tapered jeans. If you want a Western boot that's incredibly practical, check these out. So besides goat, if you're looking for calf, if you're looking for python, suede, ostrich, alligator, crocodile, or lizard, they've got you covered with your favorite materials over at Tecovas. I also like how they have fun with the colors. Check out this right here, this cherry crocodile. Yeah, if you want a boot that's going to be a statement piece, I promise you, you're wearing these, you are going to get compliments all day long. And if you get the chance, stop into one of their stores. I was over in Atlanta, Buckhead area, and I ran into one randomly earlier this year. Went in, checked it out, and loved how they offered shoe shines right there on the spot. And if you ask, they'll give you a cold beverage. A really nice place. But seriously, gents, they're popping up all over the United States. So if you get the chance, pop into one of their stores and see these boots for yourself. In any case, gents, use that link in the description of today's video to go over to their website and get the best deal on the web when you click on that link. Seriously, gents, go check them out. Awesome company, awesome selection of boots, proud to support. Now, sticking with the topic of leather, the next item on this list, the leather jacket. Now, leather jackets come in a wide variety of styles, colors, and materials. And while there's nothing wrong with a classic leather jacket in a dark brown or a black, maybe in a cafe racer variation or a bomber jacket type style, I personally find the compliments flow when you choose a style that's a little bit more eye-catching. Example, the double rider. From the heavy use of hardware to the asymmetrical zipper that's designed in a way to be able to keep the wind from penetrating the jacket, this particular style is eye-catching. It grabs attention, it is very casual, and in general, I would only recommend it for men that are actually out riding motorcycles. But if that's you, if you want a piece of gear that's going to have you stand out from the crowd, then consider this classic piece. But don't worry, if that's too much for you, then consider those other styles I talked about earlier, like the cafe racer, but go with an uncommon material, such as suede. And I have to say, so many of you guys have reached out to me asking, Antonio, where'd you get that jacket? I love the color, I love the material, I love the look. Now, one thing to remember about suede is it's not the most durable of leathers. In fact, it's made from one of the most porous parts of the animal hide, and unless treated properly, it is susceptible to damage. So if you're going to buy a jacket like this, make sure that you treat it with a silicone spray to make it water resistant. Now, another key characteristic of suede jackets is usually their lighter weight. So most suede jackets are going to be relatively lightweight, which can be a huge advantage if you live in a warmer area and you got relatively mild winters and you want a jacket that is going to layer and look good. Now, if you're looking for a leather type jacket that's going to keep you warm and is going to be a statement piece, check out the shearling jacket. Now, shearling jackets traditionally were made from sheep, the hide actually being on the outside, while the wool material is on the inside, designed to keep the wearer warm. Made popular by aviators starting in World War I and World War II, this was the symbol of freedom projected both by the RAF and the United States Air Force. So if you live in an area of the world where it gets cold, this jacket could be the accessory you've been looking for that's going to get you compliments every time you wear it. Now, I know not all of you guys are into leather, so an alternative, if you want a non-leather jacket that's going to get you compliments, check out the peacoat. Nowadays, peacoats come in a variety of styles, but if you look towards the traditional peacoat, this was one that actually just covered the buttocks area. It was about the length of a regular sports jacket or suit jacket. But since it had a military history and a use on ships, it was designed to be able to fit close to the body, made from a material, a tight-knit wool that was made to repel water. And classic military peacoats had higher armholes. They were made for a fitter individual who needed full freedom and movement of the arms. And when buttoned and fastened all the way up, did a great job of protecting the upper parts of the body to include the neck. Nowadays, it's rare to find a military issued peacoat, so you're going to find they come in a variety of styles. Different manufacturers are putting them out. But if you do grab one, try to grab one of the classics that's double-breasted. This is going to have the most classic and I think most flattering look to most body builds. And yeah, it's a classic jacket, but the silhouette it cuts on most men is really going to complement their overall look. And guys, when you wear this, people are going to notice, going to turn a few heads. Now, what about accessories? So we were talking about jackets, and I'm going to take a step back over to leather. Leather gloves. Nowadays, when you go shopping for gloves, the majority of gloves you're going to find out there are the performance material, cheaply made type gloves that are oftentimes in a sportier design, which those can be fine if you got to go outside in your yard and shovel snow. But if you've got a nice winter jacket, a way to complement in a very functional manner is to get a pair of nice leather gloves. And this is where I like to have fun. Go with maybe a dark blue or maybe a medium brown. And the reason I like those colors, they provide a little bit of contrast. They help those accessories stand out a bit more and for people to notice. Now, this next item comes in two flavors. You can either go with a silk scarf or you can go with a wool/cashmere, something that's going to be a little bit softer, a little bit warmer type of scarf. Now, men have been wearing scarves for thousands of years. It makes sense. Not only do they protect the neck from the elements, but scarves with their bright colors and patterns have been used in military units to symbolize where you're from, who you're associated with. And let's face it, a lot of men's outerwear is very drab, dark, not going to have much to draw the eyes to, but whenever you wear a nice scarf, especially if you know how to tie a few scarf knots here or there, gents, you can create a really nice look with the outfit, draw people's attention to where you want them looking, right here at the face. Now, this next clothing item is going to get you compliments. I'm sure some of you guys will be like, Antonio, I've been waiting for you to bring this one up because I always look at it on an individual. And for those of us that collect watches, you know what I'm talking about. Yes, the timepiece. Now, I try not to be a watch snob, but I live in a small town and there's only like one plane that comes from Minneapolis to my town daily, CWA Airport if you really want to know. But there's this guy over there and I notice he has on a similar watch that I was wearing. So I was wearing, yes, my Yachtmaster, and I notice immediately that he is wearing a Yachtmaster, probably a good 20 feet away. And so what do? I make my way over there. I start talking with him, having a conversation. He's another business owner, has an electrical company. He actually goes out to California back and forth. He lives in Wisconsin. Now, would that conversation have happened if he hadn't been wearing a Yachtmaster? I don't know. Maybe. I do think that anytime I see a bright or a shiny watch, I go up and I'm just curious as to what that is, what they're wearing. And believe me, this is not just associated with men. I had a woman the other day. I'm checking into a hotel and I'm wearing my Black Bay 58. And she just simply said, nice watch. She started talking about watches because I started talking too much and going into the details and I realized, okay, I'm losing her. But my point is, conversations happen whenever people notice watches. They're conversation starters. Some people just use it as a conversation starting point. Other people use it as a connection piece when they realize, hey, that guy's probably pretty interesting if he's wearing a watch that has a story with it. Now, what did I give compliments on that I didn't have? Let's talk about cool facial hair. There were like 3 guys there with really nice beards or mustaches. I mean, and these things were on point. Anytime I see a guy that spends time grooming, and I think if you spend time grooming your facial hair, you're going to notice that and you're going to go up and start a conversation. That's exactly what I did. One gentleman, he was a lawyer out of Wyoming, but man, he had this really cool handlebar mustache. And yeah, I did pay attention. Also, fragrance. I had a number of people compliment me on the fragrance I was wearing. And if you wonder about like, okay, how does that work with psychology? What are the fragrances that will get you compliments all day? Well, gentlemen, boom, I got you covered with this video right here. Oh yeah, check it out. Boom, right here.